is the best way to compile your titles and tags to show up highest in search for. Now, if you've been following me last week, I had a deep dive into a shop that is a top seller, but it has no tags. And that was a most interesting look. But a lot of the comments and messages I got related to that video were about myths and about how tags really work. So I thought I would do a little experimentation again, do some actual science on this to tell you what the best way to actually compile your titles and tags to rank. So I want to explain a little bit about my methodology here and the limitations of my testing. And also, I know like a few of you will just be going, this is absolutely rubbish, Pam. Feel absolutely free. Any of you can run these tests yourself at any time to prove it for yourself. I've done similar things in the past, but I just wanted to do this again to check how everything was right here, right now. So what I'm doing here is firstly, I'm using my keyword, which is dog ring bearer. The reason I choose this keyword is it's a keyword that I know my listings can rank for and rank quite easily, which means I'm able to see the positions just by what keywords I'm putting in. It's also a keyword that people aren't searching for a whole lot. So it means in the time period of the test that I'm doing, there isn't buyer behavior getting in the way of this. I've tried tests in the past and I create a listing and it sells and you're like, no, now you've changed everything. Not that I'm complaining about a sale, but I'm unlikely to make a sale over the time period of running this test. I'm unlikely to get any views. It's a very limited keyword, but there is enough people competing against it. There are enough listings out there that it's not too easy to rank for it. It is possible to not rank for it as well. So I'm taking an old inactive listing and copying it. This way it means every single one of my tests is has the same data. The only thing that changes is the keywords, how I'm treating the keywords. So I take an old inactive listing and copy it, make the changes I want to change, and publish it. Then after about 15-20 minutes, I go on to eRank and use the rank checker. The reason I'm using the rank checker is this tool takes its ranking position directly from the Etsy API before any personalizations or anything are run on it. So what you see in search is based on where Etsy thinks your listing should rank based on all the data that you give it, but also how likely it thinks you are as an individual to buy what you're searching for. So there's lots of other factors going in there. So I use the rank checker. So all we are seeing is the initial, when you post a listing, what Etsy thinks of the SEO you've done. So it hit the microphone. So it's like a kind of marking thing. Obviously, once you have posted a listing and let it run there, Etsy ranks it. But then over time, it looks at how it performs compared to the other listings based on the customers. So you want to do your best to explain to Etsy what your item is, so it ranks it pretty well to start with, so it gets shown to more people. But after that, it's all on you. You know, you might see listings doing really well in search that don't have as good SEO as you, but it's just because when customers see them, they're clicking on them, they're liking them, and they're buying them. So it's a better bet. But this is just because it's always just with my shop. It's with a copied listing. It's at the same period of time and it's using the rank checker. So I'm removing as many variables as possible. This is just the initial place, how to add in my metadata initially to get the best ranking position. You've got to do all the other things to make customers love it afterwards. But let's have a look at some of my results here of where things rank when I do these certain things. So the first thing that I did was I took my keyword out of the title entirely, but made sure it was in the tags. Now let's have a look. The first thing that I did here to make sure that this was actually showing up in my shop. You can, in your shop, search through your items. So I searched for dog ring bearer. And you can see the picture of the two wee dogs. That's the listing that I'm going to use, obviously. Oh, I forgot to say, yeah, once I've finished ranking with one, I'll deactivate it, give it an hour or so for all my SEO to settle out with the listings that are left behind for dog ring bearer, and then I will copy the original listing, not the copy of the copy. I'll copy the original listing and work on that from there. But this one, we can see this initial thing was dog ring bearer was not in the title. I completely removed it from the title, but it's in the tags. So then you can see this is showing up in my shop. Etsy understands what it is. But when I went on to eRank to search for this using the rank checker, this anyone with a free account can use the rank checker. It's under Tools, Rank Checker. You type in the name of the keyword you're searching for, and it searches through the top 500 listings for that search. And that keyword that I used, that listing that I changed is not showing up at all for it. You can see my other listings are still there, totally normally, but my actual listing that I just created is not ranking for it. So if your listings just have the keyword in the tags, they're not like, it doesn't mean it's not showing up at all, but they're definitely not ranking very high. This was the lowest of all my experiments. So the next thing I did was I left the dog ring bearer in the tags of my listing, but mixed up the keyword phrase in the titles, because we know that Etsy can sort of pick and mix different words from your titles and tags to put them together to create a keyword term. So if it was in my tags completely as dog ring bearer, but mixed up in my title, as you can see here, rather than it saying dog ring bearer all in one place, it says personalized dog to be used as a ring holder bearer for your wedding. Terrible title. Don't copy any of my titles. These are just this is another reason why I took them down really quickly. This would confuse customers for sure. And as we can see, this is ranking at position 195. That puts it on page 5, which is fairly rubbish, but at least it is ranking. It's higher than not having it in the title at all. So Etsy is definitely seeing the words in the title as well as the tags and increasing your ranking power. But the next thing I did was I looked at taking it completely out of the tags and only having it in the title, because we've had it only in the tags and not in the title. So now in the title only, but no tags. What does that do for us? So if it's in the title, but no tags, you can hopefully see here, it's in position 190. So having it in the right order in the title, but not in the tags, is actually better than the other two versions. So the title is more important than the tags. The title is some good real estate there. So I went on to doing what most people do, is have some keywords, have this main superstar keyword in my title along with some other keywords, and also in my tags just having that, and then having the 12 other tags as well. And just having a look, and that comes in at ranking at position 16 on page 1. So yeah, having an exact match for the keyword phrase, excuse me. So you can see it says dog ring bearer, the phrase is all together, and it's in the tags as well. That is ranking significantly higher than any chopping and changing, pick and mixing the keyword out of the title. So a very big difference. And then I decided to do one more test. Now some people will be confused with this one. I decided to do only this keyword in the title and only this keyword in the tags. Now, there is no bonus for having 13 tags where I want to rank for one keyword. The other tags would help me rank for different keywords, but it doesn't matter. Just so long as the keyword is in one tag, that's good enough. So people might think just doing this would cause me to rank lower, but let's have a look. In fact, in the comments below, let me know. You've seen where everything else ranks. Let me know where a listing that the title only says dog ring bearer and there's only one tag and it says dog ring bearer. Let me know where you think that is going to rank in the comments below, and we'll get to that in a second. Now, I had my idea of where I thought it would rank, but yeah, I just thought I would add this one so you can totally see. So we're ready? Let's see if you're right or wrong. Let me know in the comments if you're right or wrong, actually. That's just as interesting. But we move, and now, dog ring bearer. And you can see, if you think I'm lying, you can see that is definitely what is in the title and what is in the tags. And it's ranking at position 10. Still on page 1, it's at position 10. So that gives you your answer there. So in conclusion, for all of this is rather what I thought anyway. To rank for a keyword, Etsy does tell us that if you have an exact match to the keyword phrase that the customer is searching for, an exact match meaning all the words in the phrase are there together and in the right order, dog ring bearer, not ring bearer dog, not anything else, that does rank higher. Definitely your titles have more ranking power than your tags. Your titles are the most important. That's where your superstar keyword. Make sure the most important things are in your title. But having it in your title and your tags ranks you highest, ranks you higher. And as I've noticed many times, keyword stuffing does dilute your ranking power slightly. What I mean by keyword stuffing, now I didn't test in this one, but I have tested in the past. Filling in all 13 of your tags doesn't affect your position there. But stuffing lots and lots of keywords into your title, it took us from position 10 just for that focus title to position 16. So it has a slight effect. So basically what you want to do is make sure your most important keywords that you want to rank for are in your title and in your tags. If you are unable to rank for them, then look at even shortening your title, because if you just focus it down and focus on just that one keyword that you're aiming for, then you might get a chance. It's a small improvement from position 16 to position 10. In a more competitive keyword, this could be the difference between a couple of pages or something. So it's definitely worth experimenting with. However, the biggest difference is having it in your title and your tags, having the long title and in your tags as well, is still, for this keyword, I'm still ranking on page 1 at position 16. So make sure and have your most important keyword in your title and in your tags. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying things like, you don't want to repeat in your title and your tags. That's repeating. Etsy doesn't like that. It's not. It's explaining more. Your title is for you and for your customer. So if you have, you need to say the right thing in your title. That's the prime real estate. That's the most important place. And then your tags are to back it up. You put that same keyword at the start. Well, it doesn't matter where in your tags, but I put it at the start so I remember that I've done it. And I remember what keywords I was aiming for. They're right there at the start. And then you'll go in and add other tags to help bolster it, to help explain what it is. Keyword stuffing, that is where you put just about all your keywords in your title. It hurts a little bit. It definitely causes you to rank less highly. This is not a massive difference, so that's why it works for quite a lot of people, especially with a big shop. But you could definitely look at shortening your title. But writing Writing sentences and not quite worrying about where the keywords end up in the sentences does seem to make a big difference. So if you want to rank for a keyword, make sure you've got it in the right order. Also, what I didn't test here, but I have tested in the past, again, exactly matching for something. So I could have said dog ring bearers in plural, and Etsy would have understood it's relevant for dog ring bearer. However, it wouldn't rank quite so high because it's not quite an exact match. So yeah, find out what your most important keyword is and put it in your title and tags exactly as is. Anyway, I hope that helped. That was just a little experiment I did based on the questions I got from my looking at a top sellers shop. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.